At just 11 years old, Lily Parker knew the sound of danger better than she knew the sound of laughter. It began with the slam of the front door, a metallic echo that tore through the silent house, followed by the heavy thud of boots across the hallway floor. The clock on the wall had just struck 2 a.m. in Riverton, Michigan, when terror returned to her home once more. Like a shadow, it clung to her, relentless and impossible to outrun. Lily's stepfather, Caleb Ward, stumbled in, reeking of alcohol. His fists were already clenched, and his eyes burned with the fury of a man who believed the world owed him submission. To neighbors, Caleb was dependable. Hands that could fix a truck, a hearty laugh at the local bar, a firm handshake at Sunday service. But to Lily and her mother, he was a storm without end, a man whose love had been replaced entirely with cruelty. That night, the storm broke loose. Lily crouched in the kitchen corner, small and shivering, her thin dress torn at the sleeve. Her gray eyes glistened with tears, reflecting the dim light and the fear that had become her constant companion. Caleb loomed above her, a mountain of a man, hands stained with grease and hardened by labor. His rugged look made him seem formidable, but the cruelty in his eyes was far worse. "Stop whimpering," Caleb growled. "You think crying's gonna save you?" The heel of his boot struck her ribs. Lily gasped, blood rising to her mouth. Her arms curled around her chest in a futile attempt to protect herself. From the doorway, Elaine Parker, Lily's mother, stood frozen. Once gentle, she now appeared hollow, worn by years of abuse. She wrapped her robe tightly around herself, as though fabric alone could shield her from Caleb's wrath. Her silence was deafening. Elaine wasn't heartless. She was petrified. She had learned that speaking out meant inviting violence. Her arms bore bruises of nights like this one. She wanted to act, to pull Lily into her arms and flee, but fear held her fast. "Caleb, please," she whispered. The look he cast her way silenced her instantly. Another kick landed. Lily's body crumpled, her cheek pressed against the floor. Amidst the haze, memories of her real father, Michael Parker, a man of warmth and laughter, flooded her mind. He had died when she was 5, and since then, life had felt like a cage. Caleb leaned close, his hot breath pressing against her skin. "You think anyone's coming to save you? Nobody cares about you, girl." Tears streamed down her face. Something inside her snapped, not just her bones, but her hope. If she wanted to live, she had to summon the courage to escape. With trembling arms, she began to roll toward the hallway. Pain shot through her ribs, but each inch gained was a victory. Behind her, Caleb cursed, boots thundering as he gave chase. "You don't run from me," he roared. Elaine's robe brushed Lily's arm as the child crawled past. Her fingers grazed her mother's side, reaching for protection that would not come. Elaine shifted away, eyes downcast. The kitchen loomed ahead. Lily dragged herself toward the back door, her breath rattled violently. She reached the stiff, rusted handle, desperation lending her strength. The bitter January wind hit her face. It was freedom. Barefoot, Lily stumbled into the snow. The icy asphalt bit into her feet. The wind stung her skin, but she pressed on, fueled by fear and the fragile flame of survival. She ran blindly down deserted streets, weaving through snowdrifts. Each step sent jolts of pain through her body, but she would not stop. She refused to return to the cage. Her legs burned, her hands scraped and bleeding. She stumbled past silent homes, streetlights glowing faintly. The cold wind bit into her lungs, her hair clung wetly to her cheeks. She ran until the shadow of an old bridge loomed ahead. Her strength gave way, her body collapsed. The world dimmed. A few blocks away, Officer Ryan Hale walked his night patrol with his partner, Shadow, a 6-year-old German Shepherd. Ryan was tall and broad-shouldered, hardened by years on the force, with blue eyes haunted by the death of his wife. Night patrols had become his refuge, and Shadow his anchor. Shadow froze, ears pricked. A low growl rumbled. Ryan stopped. "What is it, boy?" Shadow tugged toward the bank, nose high. Ryan loosened the leash. "Lead the way." The dog surged ahead, pulling Ryan toward the shadowed underpass. His flashlight caught a small figure crumpled against the wall. Ryan's chest tightened. It was a child. He rushed forward, kneeling beside her. Blonde hair matted with tears, lips blue, body trembling. Bruises marred her arms. She looked no older than 11. Ryan pressed 2 fingers to her neck. Faint pulse. Relief surged. Hey, sweetheart. You're safe now. I've got you." Lily's gray eyes flickered open. "Please, don't let him find me." The plea sank into Ryan's soul. Shadow pressed his warm body against her freezing skin. Lily clutched his fur desperately. Ryan's voice steadied. "Not while we're here. Not ever again." He radioed urgently. "Dispatch, Officer Hale. EMS needed at Old River Bridge. Pediatric female, multiple injuries, immediate transport." Sirens cut through the night. Paramedics rushed forward. Hypothermia, fractured ribs, malnourishment, all apparent. Ryan lifted her gently. Shadow leapt beside them, refusing to be left behind. The ambulance roared through snow-blanketed streets. Lily's voice trembled. "He'll find me. He always finds me." Ryan leaned close. "Not anymore. You're safe. I promise." Shadow rested his head on her lap, eyes unwavering. For the first time, Lily closed her eyes, not in fear, but fragile trust. At Riverton General Hospital, doctors moved quickly. Shadow followed the stretcher, her anchor. Dr. Helen Moore examined Lily. Bruises, cuts, malnourishment, fractured rib, evidence of prolonged cruelty. "She's been hurt. She's been living in hell," Helen said tightly. Ryan's fists clenched. Each wound was a betrayal of childhood. Later, Ryan crouched beside Lily's bed. Shadow lay across her legs, steady warmth amid sterile chill. Lily whispered, "He hurts Mom, too." Now the picture was complete. "You're safe now," Ryan said. "He will never touch you or your mom again." Elaine Parker stepped inside, pale and hesitant. Lily's fingers twitched, then grasped her mother's hand. For a long moment, they held each other. Elaine whispered, "I'm so sorry, baby." Lily squeezed her hand. "It's okay, Mom. We're okay now." With evidence documented, Lily's statement, medical reports, witness accounts, police prepared a safe arrest. Caleb Ward was taken into custody without risk. A week later, he was arrested at his home, facing multiple charges. Justice was not instant, but it was real. Outside, snow fell gently. Inside the hospital room, hope took root. Lily's heart felt the fragile warmth of safety. Shadow rested his head on Lily's lap, Ryan's hand steady on her shoulder. Trust had been shattered, yet here in the warmth of the hospital, it began to mend. Even in the darkest night, someone had heard her cry, and someone, a man and his loyal dog, had answered. If this story touched your heart, make a difference today. Hit subscribe and share it.